Welcome to Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois for the final week of the preseason, featuring the all-time Cleveland Browns against the all-time Chicago Bears. These are two of the storied franchises of the National Football League, owners of 17 NFL championships. We're underway as Warfield, one of the Browns' 15 Pro Football Hall of Famers, returns to the 22. To the field for Cleveland, Bernie Kosar. He's completing 61% of his throws for 113 yards, a touchdown and an interception in the preseason, and he will play throughout as the third stringer for the all-time Browns. Final week of the preseason, Nick Rice on hand, a balmy 80-degree afternoon with some clouds overhead from Soldier Field in Chicago. First play of the game, 1st and 10, Braylon Edwards in motion, Nick Chubb off right tackle, and he is taken down on a short gain, the tackle from Mark Carrier. The all-time Browns, their third-string offense, Braylon Edwards and Amari Cooper vying for the final wide receiver spot for Cleveland. There's a look at the starting running back, Nick Chubb. Milt Morin is in at tight end for Cleveland. And to round out the starters today, Motley will couple with Winslow at the fullback position. Chubb inside, first down Cleveland. Harris with the tackle. Nick Chubb, the four-time Pro Bowler out of Georgia, is second in franchise history in running yards per game at just under 85, helping guide Cleveland to some of the best years they've had of the 21st century during the 2020s. The all-time Bears defense. Here's a look at just many of the great players they have. Brian Urlacher, the player to watch. Dick Butkus, Bill George, Doug Atkins, and Mike Singletary. Many of the greatest defenders of NFL history on this Chicago defense. 8 Pro Football Hall of Famers on the Chicago defense, and you saw just a few of them. Kosar on a 2nd and 5, first pass of the game. Pruitt taken down for a loss. Khalil Mack was on the stop for Chicago. The all-time Bears, they've got a couple of position battles underway for the preseason. Mack is one of them. Kosar on 3rd down. He goes deep. Overthrown, intended for Amari Cooper. And the all-time Browns will bring in the punt team here as the offense stalls at the 44-yard line. The all-time Browns have yet to win a preseason game here in the franchise. The all-time Bears will close the preseason against Cleveland here. They are 1-2. Punt for a touchback. The all-time Bears will bring in Sid Luckman to begin the regular season as their number 1. Their number 2, number 3, they don't know yet. Jay Cutler, according to George Halas, came into this week on thin ice. And there's a look at the quarterback to the field to lead the way throughout, Chicago's Billy Wade, the Pro Bowler out of Vanderbilt, ironically the same college that Cutler went to. Wade on 1st down, he'll tuck it and run, and slides ahead to the 26-yard line. The all-time Bears, here's a look at their third-string offense today. Bill Hewitt and Alshon Jeffrey out wide. Emory Moorhead is the tight end with Red Grange in the midst of a fabulous preseason. He is the lead tailback for Chicago. Grange, nicknamed the Galloping Ghost, Pro Football Hall of Famer for Chicago. 2nd down and 4 yards to go here, and Wade on his first drop back of the game, complete to Hewitt for the 1st down. Billy Wade, who led the league in quarterback rating in 1961, was a member of Chicago for a half a decade. And Wade goes deep to Devin Hester. Not too often he split out wide. The star return man with a 21-yard completion. Here's a look at Hester and a beautiful throw from Wade. Jay Cutler, in a humiliating preseason, was scheduled to be the backup quarterback for the regular season, but he's played so bad that the Bears feel Cutler may not even make the team. Grange on the inside handoff, picks up 6. So now Wade is currently in as the team's third-string quarterback. Jim Harbaugh and Jay Cutler are vying for final roster spots. Harbaugh has underwhelmed as well. First incompletion of the game from Wade right here. The all-time Browns, a dominant defensive lineup as well. Myles Garrett, Len Ford, Bill Willis, Clay Matthews, and Frank Minifield, the starters for Cleveland. Final matchup of the preseason featuring the all-time Browns and the all-time Bears. Many of their Hall of Fame players will not play today. The third stringer's in. Wade, the slant, dropped by Jeffrey, incomplete.
Number 23 on the cover. Fourth down.
And the Bears will bring in one of the great field goal kickers in the game. 49-yarder for Robbie Gould. Out of the hold of Cutler, the kick is up, and it is good with room to spare. Robbie Gould from long distance. We've played nearly 5 minutes from beautiful Soldier Field, and Gould powers this one into the end zone. Leroy Kelly for the touchback. The all-time Bears, 5th in the league in overall franchise win percentage at 55.6%. One of the storied franchises of blue blood in the National Football League. Kosar goes deep into coverage, and it's incomplete. Check out the AFC North standings of the preseason. Steelers go undefeated into this week in exhibition play. Cincinnati 2-1. Baltimore 1-3 after their win earlier today against Atlanta. And the all-time Browns are bringing up the rear at 0-3 in the preseason. Late in the first, it's 3-0 Chicago. Chubb, a gain of about 6 inside.
Number 24 hits the call. Gain of 6.
A fantastic start to this preseason game for Nick Chubb. And he'll line up as the single setback on 3rd down at about 4. Kosar on a deep drop, under duress, he evades the sack, throws, and it's incomplete. An incredible job from Kosar to just buy some time with the rush coming from Chicago. Great job from Kosar, but the Browns will bring in yet again Horace Gillum. Just 1 first down through 2 drives for Cleveland. Hester, arguably the greatest return man in NFL history, to the 32. The Browns are 4th in the preseason in total offense, 294 yards per game, but you wouldn't know it in the first quarter of this one against the legendary all-time Bears. Grange on the pitch, taken down for a loss by Johnson.
71, there for the tackle. 1-yard loss on the play.
3-time Pro Bowler out of Los Angeles State, number 71, Walter Johnson, with his first tackle of the game. Here's Wade on the screen, complete to Grange at the 40. And Grange has a first down on a gain of 14. Billy Wade looks pretty comfortable here in the first quarter of this one. 3rd first down for Chicago early. 3-0 Bears. Wade over the middle, complete to Moorhead for the gain of 8. D'Qwell Jackson with the stop for Cleveland. And with less than a minute to go in the first, the Bears have played the better game over Cleveland's. It's 2nd and 2. Handoff, and Grange is buried at the line, and that will close the first quarter from Soldier Field. 3-0 Bears. Welcome back to Soldier Field in Chicago. The Bears and the Browns, 2 of the storied franchises before the merger in the 60s. Chicago still a blue blood franchise today, but Cleveland has been one of the worst franchises in the NFL in the Super Bowl era. Houston with the 3rd down stop. So this is a team in the Browns that have gone through long stretches of poor football, but they still, to this day, have one of the great rosters in the game and should be in the mix for the all-time rosters championship. They have 23 first-team All-Pros, 15 Pro Football Hall of Famers, led by one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. That is Otto Graham. He retired as the NFL's all-time leading passer. Bernie Kosar, make no mistake, a competent player too. Deep to Cooper for the first down. Amari Cooper, an NFL journeyman throughout most of his career, began his stint in Cleveland in 2022 and is one of the great receivers in franchise history. Pitch to Chubb. Away he goes. 50, 40. Chubb to the 30, and he's wrapped up at the 28-yard line. Sprinkle with the stop.
Gain of 38 on the play.
38-yard gain for the electrifying Nick Chubb. Biggest play of the game for either team, and you can see for Cleveland, of course, Jim Brown, the number 1, Leroy Kelly, the number 2, both Hall of Famers, but they've got a pretty competent third stringer too in Chubb. He gets the call again, and Chubb crawls inside of the red zone, first down.
With the carry, 11-yard gain on the play.
Dominant first half effort here, an exhibition play for Nick Chubb. Inside run, and Chubb is stuffed by Steve McMichael, one of the great players of the preseason. 10th tackle of exhibition play for Steve McMichael, the defensive lineman out of the University of Texas. He also leads the league with 5 sacks. He's one of the 4 on the rush here. Kosar, incomplete.
Number 36, the intended target on the play.
3rd and 11. The Browns are 7th in the preseason at 39% in third down conversions. Kosar out of the gun, fires into the end zone. Milt Morin, touchdown Cleveland. Milt Morin, the 2-time Pro Bowler out of the University of Massachusetts. Not a well-known tight end, but productive in his day during the 1960s. And Morin reels it in, his first touchdown of the preseason, this one from 17 yards out. 5:01 left in an exhilarating first half out of Chicago. The all-time Browns 7, the all-time Bears 3. Hester from the goal line. Out to the 22, hammered by Jackson. The all-time Bears with their quarterback dilemma underway, but Billy Wade has played well early in this one, and he has a chance to win a job as one of the 3 quarterbacks for the all-time Bears when they begin the regular season against Atlanta. Michael Dean Perry with the stop. A 4-yard gain for Grange. 4.5 minutes to play. Wade to the offense at their own 27. Here's Wade against a 4-man rush. Over the middle to Moorhead. First down, Chicago. The Bears offense largely led by the putrid Jay Cutler, just 27th in total offense, but have been much better in the preseason today. Wade, another big pass, this one to Jeffrey. Gain of 20 and a first down. Wade is carving up this Cleveland defense early. Considering the talent on the Browns end of the football, this is some performance from Wade. And that pass is dropped. You can't do much about that. Second drop of the football game for Chicago receivers or tight ends. Emory Moorhead, the product out of Colorado, former 6th-round pick in 1977, was there for the Super Bowl year in '85 for Chicago. Moorhead, 3rd grab of the game, a pickup of 6.
7-yard gain on the play.
And the Bears face 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Here's the run for Red Grange, who powers his way near the first down. The officials will bring out the chain gang to measure this one, and they say yes. Red Grange, first down. Glad you're with us in a beautiful afternoon from Soldier Field in Chicago. The all-time Bears putting together their final wrinkles of the preseason. They'll begin the regular season at home against Atlanta, part of a gauntlet for Chicago in regular season play. The all-time Bears, of course, facing the NFC North and also the AFC West. Wade gains 5 on the run. 2 minutes to go in the first half. 7-3 Cleveland. The Kosar touchdown to Milt Morin, the difference in this one. 2nd down and 5 yards to go. Out cut to Jeffrey. First down, Chicago. Houston with the tackle. Boy, Billy Wade has been more than just a capable quarterback. He has shown some promise in this one, spreading it around all these Bears receivers. Red Grange inside, 1st and goal. The Bears running back room as deep as any in the all-time rosters franchise. Walter Payton and Gale Sayers. Those are the two leaders for Chicago. Red Grange in the number 3, and we have a battle for 4, Neil Anderson and Matt Forte throughout the regular season. And, of course, the fullback is Hall of Famer Bronco Nagurski. 1st and goal, Wade at the 14, out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Number 9 has his pass fall incomplete.
Billy Wade, the 2-time league leader in fourth quarter comebacks during the 1960s, trying to guide a second quarter comeback here. Grange, timeout called as he picks up about a yard. That is Hall of Fame coach George Halas, who stops the clock. He coached with the Bears for 40 years, beginning in 1920 at its inception. Hester over the middle for the gain of about 8. 52 seconds left in the half, and Cleveland uses its first timeout there. Field goal on the way, and Gold hits it. Robbie Gold, 9th in NFL history in field goals at 86.5% during his illustrious career with Chicago notably, but also with San Francisco. Warfield from the 5. Motors of the 29-yard line. Gary Fensick, the franchise record holder in interceptions, makes the special teams stop with 44 seconds left in the first half. 1st and 10, here's Kosar. He guns it deep downfield to Braylon Edwards, who's had a rough preseason. He leads the league in drops, but does make the catch there. Good for the first down. Braylon Edwards with just his 3rd catch of exhibition play. First down to the 49. Kosar with 2 timeouts. He's going for it all. And that's a little underthrown to Amari Cooper and incomplete. Cooper, late in the 2023 regular season, had one of the greatest single-game performances by a receiver all time with 265 yards. Cooper blanketed here. And that pass falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Kosar over the middle to Renfro. It's a gain of 7 for the 3-time Pro Bowler out of North Texas. 2 quarters complete from Soldier Field. The final half of the preseason up next. The Browns 7 and the Bears 6. Welcome back to Soldier Field in Chicago. The all-time Browns and the all-time Bears. The sun is set and we're ready for the second half as final roster spots are being determined, along with, of course, the biggest one of them all being the Chicago quarterback position. Wolford, the Pro Bowler from Clemson, returns to the 20, and Billy Wade has 2 quarters to go to try and win a job as quarterback of Chicago. Grange gets the call. He's got the first down and gallops to the 40. Nicknamed the Galloping Ghost, and you saw it right there. He doesn't exactly have the most secure form of holding the football, but a dominant preseason for Grange. He is 3rd in preseason play in rushing. He gets the toss and gains about a yard. Joe Hayden with the stop.
On the carry, gain of 1.
The 2-time Pro Bowler out of Florida was tied for 5th in the league in interceptions in 2010 with 6 of them. He is one of the best cover corners in the league. Cleveland does have a relatively thin secondary. The all-time rosters franchise, Kellerman with the stop. Cleveland led defensively by Hall of Famers Bill Willis and Len Ford. The offensive end is where Cleveland should be one of the best in football, with, of course, Otto Graham and Jim Brown. Third down, Wade back to pass, and he overthrows an open Red Grange. Incomplete. An underwhelming drive for Chicago after the Grange run. 4 plays, and the Bears bring in Bobby Joe Green, Pro Bowler out of Florida. He'll send this one deep towards the end zone, but marked out of bounds at the 19. 36-yard punt for Bobby Joe Green. Nothing on the return. We played just about 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Inside run to Chubb, and he motors to the 23. The Bears' Julius Peppers on the stop. Two-time Pro Bowler out of North Carolina. Third in NFL history in career tackles for loss for Julius Peppers with 175. Pitch, Chubb evades the first defender, does the second, and nearly was off and running. Another masterful run from one of the league's premier tailbacks in exhibition play, Nick Chubb. And he loses the ball. Broadcaster's James Winslow avoids a fumble loss. 5 yards in the backfield as Chubb hammered by number 54, Brian Urlacher. The 2005 Defensive Player of the Year with a huge hit. Urlacher with his first forced fumble of the preseason, his 13th total tackle. Hester. Not a very good block upfield from the Bears' Johnny Morris. And a return of maybe a yard. Morris set to be one of the starting wide receivers for Chicago, joined by guys like Brandon Marshall, Harlan Hill, and Buell Hewitt. Inside run, and Grange is wrapped up by Houston to the 36. Midway through the third quarter, Wade and the Bears on their second drive of the second half. Inside run to Red Grange. Not much going inside. Glass with the stop. Make sure to join us for our all-time rosters franchise Week 1 quadruple header as we premiere every full game broadcast of all of the primetime games. Grange with a flag down picks up 11.
Holding offense. Still third down.
Henry Moorhead, the tight end of Colorado, the guilty party for Chicago. 3:15 left in the third, 7-6 Cleveland, 3rd and 12. Wade against the 5-man rush. Taken down for a sack. Len Ford, I don't know how he snuck in there, but he was one of the defensive linemen of the field for Cleveland. And now Green is in the punt. We'll send this one downfield, a wobbling punt on the hash for Leroy Kelly, the Hall of Famer, with a return of 9.
9-yard gain on the play.
The two-time league leader in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns, Leroy Kelly in 1967 and 1968, the backup to Jim Brown for the regular season. Pitch to Chubb, he gets a block, loses the football, and the diving Ed Sprinkle picks it up. What a hit from Brian Urlacher, who forces another fumble. Incredible play. 8-time Pro Bowler out of New Mexico. The all-time Bears leader in career tackles with 1,361. Matt Forte, vying for a final roster spot at running back, gains 8 on the ground. It is a nip and tuck battle between him and Neil Anderson for the final running back position. Second in Bears history in rushing, Matt Forte. Wade short to Moorhead for the gain of 2. There's a look at Wade's numbers. 10 of 15 for 110 yards. And mind you, 2 of those incompletions were drops. One from Jeffrey and the other from tight end Emery Moorhead. 1st and 10. Wade gets rid of it, and Jeffrey drops another one.
Incomplete on the pass attempt. Number 17, the intended target on the play.
Jeffrey the target. Frank Minifield, 3-time All-Pro out of Louisville on the coverage. Handoff to Red Grange inside of the 30. And he's down to the 27. TJ Ward with the stop.
Gain of 5.
Glad you're with us. A tightly knit battle under a minute to go in the third for the preseason finale. All-time Browns, all-time Bears, two storied franchises. Wade complete. Martellus Bennett, first down. An NFL journeyman with the Cowboys, Giants, Bears, Patriots, and Packers, Martellus Bennett. Product out of Texas A&M. To close the third quarter, this is Billy Wade. Short to Jeffrey for the gain of 3. 120 yards going into the fourth quarter. Wade trying to win the final quarterback job. 7-6 Cleveland. This is the all-time rosters franchise. Preseason finale, full set of highlights on Sunday. Roster cut day show to the final 53 on Monday morning. Grange inside the 10. 1st and goal, Chicago. 71 yards on 15 carries. That gives the Hall of Famer over 200 yards and a league-high 3 touchdowns so far in the preseason. On 1st and goal, Grange again, hit in the backfield and crawls to the 5.
Number 77 on the carry. Gain of 2 on the play.
Michael Dean Perry, a back-to-back first-team All-Pro in 1989 and 1990 with the stop. 2nd and goal. Billy Wade looks, throws into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. That's Hewitt in for 6. Billy Wade has been surgical in this one and throws to Hewitt for the touchdown. And to make this a full 7-point lead, the Bears keep the offense out there for the 2-point conversion. With 2 tight ends, Wade throws to one of them. That's Bronco Nagurski. And the 2-point conversion is successful. 14-7, the lead for Chicago. And with 6:48 left in the preseason finale, the all-time Bears off to the electric fourth quarter start with Wade. Warfield returns to the 19. Nick Rice on hand, a good one from Soldier Field in Chicago. 2 of the blue blood franchises of the National Football League, owners of 17 NFL championships and 34 playoff wins during just the Super Bowl era. Chubb inside, gain of 12. Chubb has been on fire today, but of course did have the lost fumble. Urlacher picked up by Sprinkle, and that led to the touchdown and the 2-point conversion for Chicago. Another run for Chubb. And he's wrapped up at the 39. That's over 100 yards today for Nick Chubb. Outstanding performance tonight for the Browns' Nick Chubb. Not the same that Jim Brown brings to this offense, but still very productive today. Kosar throws this one away. It's 3rd and 2 coming up.
Number 19 has his pass fall incomplete.
Amari Cooper and Braylon Edwards, the wide receivers for Cleveland on 3rd and 2. Chubb inside. He's taken down by Urlacher, who cannot be stopped. And the Browns bring in Horace Gillum, the 3-time league leader in punt average and the all-time franchise record holder for longest punt with 80. This one not quite as far, but still very good. Deep to Hester at the 13. Wrapped up with the 25. Wade and the Bears with 4:51 remaining in the game. We'll see if they can execute a 4-minute drill. Grange the back. Another run. The Hall of Famer out of Illinois gains 2.
The ball carrier on the play. Gain of 2.
Bill Glass second in franchise history in sacks. He makes the inside stop for Cleveland. It looks like the Bears may reluctantly keep things going with the run.
Gets the call on the run. No gain on the play.
Well, Wade may be forced to throw it here on a 3rd down and 8. They're up against the teeth and really the strength of that Brown defense. Indeed, Wade, the slant to Jeffrey. He's got it this time. 1st down, Chicago. Alshon Jeffrey won a Super Bowl with Philadelphia in 2017, but the year before with the Bears, he was one of the best wideouts in the NFL, Pro Bowler out of South Carolina. Forte had no chance, taken down by Ward for a loss.
There for the stop. Loss of 4.
Under 3 minutes left in the ball game. 2nd and 14. This may be the final play before the 2-minute warning here, with the Bears in front by 7. Matt Forte, 2-time Pro Bowler from Tulane, with a short gain. Forte has had an underwhelming preseason with less than 3 yards a run going into the final 2 minutes of exhibition play. It's 3rd down and 10. Grange inside, hit and taken down at the 42-yard line, and Cleveland calls timeout. A great job on the Browns tackle, Pro Bowler Ernie Kellerman, former 12th round draft choice in 1965, with the stop for Cleveland. The chances for Kosar and the Browns to tie the game down to this. Green deep to Kelly, wrapped up at the 15. Richie Petitbon with the stop. It's all down to the final 149 of the 4th quarter. Cleveland with a chance to force overtime. They've got to go 85 yards. And the crowd is on its feet to root on the defense. 5-man rush. Kosar begins this drive with a short throw to Cooper. Carrier with the stop.
Number 19 completes the pass. 5-yard gain on the play.
Second grab of the preseason for Cooper. Kosar looks, gets rid of it to Cooper again for the short gain of 4. Timeout called by Coach Paul Brown. Hall of Famer, coaching with the Browns for 17 years and helped give them all but one of their 8 NFL championships. Kosar goes deep on a 3rd and short, and Renfro dropped it. Before they can think touchdown, they've got to think 1st down. On 4th and a yard, the all-time Browns with Bernie Kosar at the controls. 16 career game-winning drives during his days in Cleveland, including a league-high 6 in 1986. He's got a shot to deliver another one here. Handoff to the fullback, and Winslow squirts through to the 31.
Number 88 gets the call.
Winslow, not to be mistaken with the Hall of Famer for San Diego, Los Angeles. Over the middle, Winslow again, a gain of 8.
Number 88 makes the catch. Gain of 8.
We're down to the final minute. 2nd and 2. 6th play of the drive, and Motley coughs it up. Sprinkle recovers. I wonder if Motley was down by contact. Sprinkle all the way to the end zone. Touchdown. And this play will be under further review. Marion Motley reeled it in, and it looks like upon further review, he absolutely was down by contact. Here's the official call. It is overturned, so Cleveland does have possession with under a minute left in the 4th quarter. All the Browns were hanging out at the goal line, so they're racing upfield off of the reversal. 44 seconds left in the 4th, and that is Bernie Kosar clocking the ball, giving Cleveland 2nd down and a chance to regroup. Empty formation for Kosar, who has been terrific through big portions of the preseason. Complete to Renfro. Petitbon the stop on a gain of 8.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Here we go. Frantic moment for the Browns. Time is becoming a huge factor here. 3rd and 2. This is Kosar going for it all. Deep downfield, and Renfro's got it. Timeout with 20 seconds left. What a catch by Renfro, And a great throw, too, from Kosar. The Hall, one of the best receivers for the Browns, 9th in NFL history in career yards per catch, a downfield threat with a huge grab. First and goal, 3 yards away from a touchdown to tie it. Inside run, Chubb, who's been great all night, hammered just short of the end zone by Peppers. Second and goal, back to the line. Here's Kosar, who spikes it with 9 seconds left. The all-time Browns, having yet to win a game in the preseason, their final shot a yard away. Third and goal. Handoff to Chubb. He makes a move and is taken down at the line. Will they get a playoff? No, they will not. The game comes to an end to the Browns, fitting with the way the franchise has sustained so many excruciating playoff losses. Well, the all-time Browns a yard away from overtime to the all-time Bears. That is how things end. Brian Urlacher with 3 tackles and 2 forced fumbles, today's player of the game. All-time Bears win this one by 7. The complete preseason finale highlights and coverage coming up on Sunday. For the rest of our broadcast crew, this is Nick Grice saying so long from Chicago. This is the all-time rosters franchise with Charger Dude 95. The all-time rosters franchise next Sunday features 4 full-game broadcasts. The primetime coverage of Thursday Night Football, Saints and Packers. Sunday night, Cowboys and Jets. And a Monday night doubleheader after that, beginning with the all-time Patriots in South Florida against the all-time Dolphins. And to close it out, an AFC West showdown, the Raiders and the Broncos. This is the all-time rosters franchise with Charger Dude 95.